This 70-room cottage was built by a team of artists and craftsmen. Work began in 1893 and, remarkably, was completed in 1895, with the house totaling 138,300 square feet. The Great Hall is the largest room in the house, measuring 50 feet long by 50 feet wide by 50 feet high. Looking up at the ceiling, which is painted like the sky, you see 4 blue-green medallions with the acorn and oak leaf inside. This is the Vanderbilt family symbol of strength and longevity. This is a portrait of Cornelius Vanderbilt II. Here in the dining room, the 12 rose-colored columns are solid alabaster. The massive chandeliers and wall sconces in the imperial design are made of French baccarat crystal and were piped for gas and wired for electricity at the time the house was built. This is the billiard room. The huge light fixture over the table is made of wrought iron and bronze, and because of its weight, is attached to the structural beams of the house. This English weighing chair was used to weigh jockeys before a race. It measures in stones, where 1 stone equals 14 pounds. The fountain, under the staircase, was meant to invoke an underground grotto. The classic medallion and cherubs above the doorway don't seem to be anything out of the ordinary, but look closer, you'll see something extra. On the left, a steam locomotive chugs past the cherub who holds an anchor in his hand. The cherub on the other side holds a sledgehammer and a railroad spike. In the middle is Mercury, the god of speed. Appropriately, it is a celebration of the Vanderbilt steamship and railroad empire. The morning room is adorned with carved garlands with fruits, flowers, and classical figures. Muses appear in the corners, painted on platinum leaf panels. The music room was the setting for family weddings and debutante parties. The library's central focus is the 16th century fireplace and chimney piece, which was brought from the Château d'Arnay-le-Duc in Burgundy, France. This is the bedroom of Countess Sacchegni. She was formerly Gladys Vanderbilt, the youngest of the Vanderbilt children. The house has 20 bathrooms. This tub was carved out of a single block of marble. Mr. Vanderbilt's bedroom is in the Louis XIV manner, with carved walnut furnishings. The small tub is a sitz bath. One would sit to soak their lower half after hours of horseback or carriage riding. Mrs. Vanderbilt's bedroom is in the Louis XVI style. She summered here until her death in 1934. This is Miss Gertrude Vanderbilt's bedroom. She was the fourth of 7 children. Above the bed is a portrait of Gertrude at age 5, painted by the Spanish artist Madrazo. This guest bedroom displays Ogden Codman's new approach to design in the 1890s. Above the grand staircase is the portrait of Mrs. Cornelius Vanderbilt II by Raimundo de Madrazo y Garreta. The 1880 oil-on-canvas painting was made when Alice Claypool Vanderbilt was 35 years old. The kitchen was placed in a separate wing to prevent the potential spread of fire, cooking odors, and noise into the main house. The French-style cast-iron stove was fired by coal and wood. The pots and pans were donated to the house. The originals were given by Countess Sechigny to the scrap metal drive during World War II.